Hello friends. Today we are going to see that how Gautum Adani, who was richer than Bernard Arnault at a time, becomes 7th richest person in the world in just 2 days. So Gautum Adani has a net worth of $86 billion, which is $3 billion more than the 2nd richest person of India Mukesh Ambani, but according to the great investors it will get less within upcoming time. First now how it get too low in 2 days. So Gautum Adani India is the owner of Adani Group, which comprises of 7 big companies of India whose names are Adani Enterprises, Adani Green Energy, Adani Transmission, Adani Total Gas, Adani Wilmar, Adani Power and Adani Ports. Among these, on January 27, 2023, 3 companies, Adani Total Gas, Green Energy and Transmission, fell down by 20% and have touched their bottom, and also Adani Enterprises fell down by 16%. If we see it terms of numbers, then Adani Enterprise made a loss of $9.4 billion. Adani Ports made a loss of $4.27 billion. Adani Power made a loss of $1.22 billion. Adani Transmission made a loss of $10.14 billion. Adani Green Energy made a loss of $8.18 billion. Adani Wilmar made a loss of $850 million. And Adani Total Gas made the most loss among all of these, which is about $12.82 billion, which has touched its lower circuit in just 165 minutes. It has some reasons behind it. Number 1. After the market crash of year 2020, Adani's company's demand increased suddenly that people are willing to buy its stock at any price, by which it was becoming overvalued continuously, and in 2022 it had become this much overvalued that if Adani Enterprises grows 2 times in a year, then also it is 2 times overvalued. In simple language, if it is able to generate this much returns, then its companies will become the largest companies of the world in just 5 to 10 years. Number 2. When this market crash came, then the PE ratio of these companies were too high as compared to the industry, which was Adani Enterprises PE 360, whereas industry PE 34.5. Adani Ports PE 31, whereas industry PE 28. Adani Total Gas PE 888, whereas industry PE 12. Adani Wilmar PE 100, whereas industry PE 35. Adani Green Energy PE 571, whereas industry PE 22. Adani Transmission PE 352, whereas industry PE 22. Adani Power PE 10, whereas industry PE 27. Now I will tell you the power of PE ratio. So in 2022, during the US market crash, the PE of Tesla was around 1,000, after which the Tesla share moved down 70% in just 1 year, by which the Elon Musk lose his $140 billion, and currently he has net worth of $174 billion. The same thing had happened to Meta and Amazon. Number 3. So now let's calculate its intrinsic value by assuming that these companies will grow by 20% annually, which is very good for investors. Then also Adani Total Gas intrinsic value is $1.25, means $55 less than the current price, whereas Adani Enterprises $51 expensive, Adani Transmission $22.5 expensive, Adani Green Energy $17.5 expensive, Adani Ports $0.14 expensive, Adani Power $5 cheap, and at last Adani Wilmar $5 expensive, means among 7 companies 1 is fair value and 1 is undervalue, and we have to also apply margin of safety in it. And if you want a separate video on intrinsic value, then comment down. So conclusion is, this same crash has been seen in Tesla, Amazon, Netflix, Meta and a little bit in Apple, but there is a good thing common in all, which is that during this, instead of becoming fair value, it becomes undervalue, means expensive shares become cheap instead of getting right price. The proof of this is after the crash in stock Tesla, Amazon, Meta and Netflix had shown a very good growth during which investors had made 50% returns on their investment in just 6 months, and it is very huge because world's 6th richest person Warren Buffett had built their $100 billion of wealth with only 19% of compounded returns annually. This means that Indians had a good opportunity to enter in the stock market, but there is a thing to notice down why is that during this Indian index fund Nifty 50 had moved down by only 1.61% while 80% companies of this index had a loss during that day. I will make video to explain this. So now we come to the end of the video. We will meet soon again in upcoming video. Till that, bye bye.